going to leap away, Ember's going to run away, Void Spirit need to go there, Sven. Good call. Careful up here on Gilgear, they actually popped the blood grenade onto him as well, but I'm sure it'll be enough to allow them to catch. Never mind, second use of that Frost Blast, but yeah, they feel like these heroes that just want to stick in the lane, make sure the cores have a good time. Maybe once Collapse gets into his Vanguard, he'll be okay.
Static Remnant, the Overload can be very frustrating, and we've still got kills bottom lane. Finally, they'll be able to get Collapse. I believe that's his cell that he's just popped, so even though with those 2 deaths, he's only 200 gold behind the Underlord.
Doesn't feel too great, and again, this isn't a lineup that looks to take those stacks.
Another round of the blast coming up shortly. It's level 2 as well. Just throw him there. Oh, he got it off the cleave, Toro. Oh my god, this guy. Oh, now that's a big one. Pantomime rotating mid. Ankrad didn't have the level 6 nor the chains, but
they are going to have a little bit of difficulty catching, right? Like, I think, to me, this is a question of, like, when does he feel confident to truly join into these team fights?
Well, this doesn't look like for Lal. Oh, alright. Maybe chains away. Having the level 6 to look to play with. Ankrad, though, with the double damage rune, wanting to get aggressive, and they might run into him a post gob with Gilgear nearby. Point blank arrow is going to be on the mark.
With his positioning, though, doesn't want to give his life away for free. Just picked up the raindrops, which might end up saving him here. Kushi's out of mana. Should be fine, though. Poshka, though.
Poshka's nearby as well. Might catch him off guard. Gonna try and pop the one charge, just get the step away. Maybe Pantomime actually wants to jump in. Doesn't seem like he has enough damage though to get the kill onto Mira.
At how far forward he's going, and it looks like he might be paying with his life for it. Although, well off the mark by Gilgear, surprisingly.
And now Ankrad takes 3 tower hits as well, so maybe Lal's going to see an opportunity to try and zip on forward. Pantomime will hold them back for the moment, so at least they're going to be forced to turn to get the techies. A lot of damage. We cast it out before his death, so
means that he's going to be able to walk away from this gank, though.
Running to collapse, yeah. The odds before this was currently favoring Team Spirit, but off the back of the pickoff might be able to help them out a little bit. One move. It's going to take some time, though. Collapse is a beefy boy. Munkushi nearby, hopefully he's going to be able to pump in the damage. Collapse hasn't gone down just yet. This is so much space. I mean, Spirit, they're surely getting something else out of that. They were making an attempt at the techies, but with the Moonlight shot
there, right? And he just doesn't want to be there yet. I'm sure they would love to maybe slow down what Ember Spirit's able to do, just so that he's not as capable of harassing the support. Mira's actually might be the one getting targeted here.
At least Lyle's going to be able to survive, though. That's the main thing. You won't mind about a Pugna going down with all these heroes committing inside Dire's jungle. Even with the Primal Split used as well. Afterlife.
And he is going into that Greaves and the pipe afterwards. Really feel like he's going to be disassembling that Vanguard. Just with much more of a laning stage sort of thing. Just allow him to stay on this side of the map. Well, he did die previously, but not, it's a different sort of game. It's a different sort of game if you're playing with a Magnus, right? Versus what the situation currently is. Like, you do not have that story.
This is a huge kill. He's pretty beefy though, 2100 health they've got to go through. Now Pantomime with the jump in as well on the back line. Blasts off onto twos, not enough to keep the Brew alive, and now Low, he can look to tear apart the supports, but he won't have an answer to Ankrad. The Ember Spirit be able to get a secondary support. Now Low's still in a bit of trouble, doesn't have too much mana to work with. Collapse is starting to tip into the outpost. Let's see if he's going to be in time, though, to keep his mid laner alive. And he's not. Mechanism comes out too late, and now Collapse, he might be in some danger as well. What has Ankrad still got to work with? Munkushi as well is out of ultimate charges. Collapse a beefy boy. They're still going to make the attempt. It's going to be a slow, painful wear down of the Underlord. He's actually going to try and bring the boys in with the Rift as well, but they'll come too late. Yatoro, he'll enter through. He's going to have enough though by himself. Munkushi out to the right. Yatoro doesn't have any mobility now to close the distance, but still the respawns are coming up. Team Spirit, they're going to be able to provide the +1 to potentially help out if a further fight does break out. One move we're ready for it. Even Afterlife was back in the air with the
Underlord just to be able to provide a dispel for the root against the Frost Shield, against the Decrepify, against the Warcry. So much benefit being provided from that consistent dispel.
Nice gaze. Still low. Oh my god, he got the illusion! What a timing for the rune. Dodges out the arrow as well, and now they're going to hunt Yutori's even wanting to get involved as well, but the ultimate's still on cooldown. I don't think they're going to have enough damage to get rid of Afterlife before the Prime was split. They're still going to make the attempt, another turnaround. Even Munkushi wants to rotate over as well. With a bit of Melch inside the choke point, and might enable the retreat, but they haven't addressed Aincrad. This Ember Spirit's damage is starting to ramp up. And Afterlife goes down though, one move want nothing to do with this fight.
Somehow all the pieces don't come together, and for this one, in Munkushi, he did join that fight, so he did do the thing that you were mentioning previously, but is it enough? Afterlife.
See you. Microing out your Storm Pender is going to get yourself caught out inside the river. Spirit beautifully done.
Plenty to be able to rip through this one. We're actually going to make some TPs to be able to defend here. Sven's not with him.
This is not looking like a good fight for Spirit, with the God Strength being over. What's the call going to be? Lars going to try and make the attempt on Aincrad, but an instant remnant away. He's okay for the moment. Meanwhile, Collapse wants to go through the rift, but I'll stop him short. Great micro from Afterlife. Collapse is still alive for the moment. Meanwhile, over to the right side, Aincrad's proving to be a huge issue against Team Spirit still. He's going to be able to get the kill. 2 for 2. Back to Collapse we go. Finally, they'll chunk through the full health pool of the Underlord. A little bit greedy there from Spirit. Thought the 4 heroes were going to be enough to get the tier 1 tower. Yutori wanted to try and farm the...
Provide a little bit more survivability for the Brewlings.
Munkushi? Okay, he's alright. Ooh, arrow. He went in. I don't blame him with an arrow connecting like that. Beautifully done. And now low. Kane's going to be on the mark. Sets up for Pentamon's blast off as well. As the control going to be enough. Low. Not better for a dip away, but it's not too far. If they get a glimpse, they might go. Also, there's a medic. Back to full. Back to fighting shape. And now Yutoro.
Doesn't pop the God Strength just yet. And he does have the Blink Dagger available, but has to be very... kind of defensive, you know, maybe they can look to play around Collapse if he gets jumped on, actually. Continue to play down bot here.
And well, with him playing
Just did.
down to this area, it's going to help him get the kill into Pantomim. Or is even going to be able to come through the rift as well. Panto will do what he can to delay the kill.
Even Void Spirit getting closer to the old Nullifier.
So what more potion's going to be able to do to protect Collapse? Munkushi's going to try and separate the two to make it easier on the kill into the Underlord. Still, Collapse is beefy. A lot of attention put towards the Underlord, which means that Spirit should be able to trade the life, but hasn't gone down just yet. Oh, now is the one that's in some trouble. Should be able to get the zip away, however.
He has kind of played that role, though, right? Of just, hey, come and kill me. And he's tried to make himself as beefy as possible as they make a quick jump onto Gil here. Once again.
And this is... Spirit. Spy up Pantomim inside the lane. Radiant up nearby to try and offer some assistance, but it's just Munkushi by the looks of it. He's going to come back off cooldown pretty shortly here from Afterlife. Oh, never mind. Sorry, 70 seconds. How do you enter the pit?
God Strength. Yasuo got arrowed. Not going to commit, though. Yep. So, wanting to find Collapse first. It's pretty rare that you see an Underlord the furthest back, but they know they can't afford to give him up for free.
Arrow? Oh, just passes by Miposhka, though. First point of contact. They're going to try and target down with the Lich. Blast off from downtown. Finally, they'll stick with a kill to Lich, but look how deep they're taking this team fight right out front of the tier 3 tower. Oh, he zipped into the arrow. No, is it going to be enough, though? Still okay. Of course, he's playing with the Aegis as well, but he's out of mana. So trying to turn Yutori's been able to show up to the fight as well. So now finally with the Sven, probably force one move to retreat out of the area. Pantomim. Another arrow connecting. Is the magnet so far from low, but the damage is just lacking one move. All these heroes are ever so close. Collapse even slips out of danger. Now Yutoro just rips them apart. Deals with Munkushi, looks over to Afterlife next as well. With all the mana that Lar gets off the back of the respawn, it can zip over the top and cancel the retreat as Collapse will hold the Brewmaster into place. With such a deep attempt from one move, they saw Yutoro on the opposite side of the...
Collapse. He's got a Nullifier on his own. On the Underlord. Not exactly the most traditional.
What? Oh, no. Now Munkushi! Okay. Well, he was going to go down as well. 60 seconds with a buyback. That's the first death for Aincrad. And see, one death, and that
trying to act like a real hero on the back lines. That Manta illusion was Munkushi. Pushes it back for a second. We jump on and they're just dead.
Well, he can't be here for this fight. They saw him TP top and the Fiend's Gate's on cooldown. So once again, I mean, this has happened multiple times this game. Well, see another day. It's 8,000 deficit for them, so still not out of reach, but we really have felt this momentum just completely swing for a decent chunk of this game now. It might have been jump Pantomime. They get a glimpse of the tech is instantly. La Yatoro look to get on top of him, no doubt. So have a good ward.
They do.
It's gone now though. Ankrad. They'll start into the postcard. Munkushi with the follow-up as well. They're all just standing around each other trying to protect the supports. Yatoro. Oh, he just got rid of Ankrad instantly. Couple of swipes. Finally cycling up in the air, but the damage has been dealt. And now the Brewlings are gone as well. This is the thing about the Sven against the late game Brewmaster. If you can get the right clicks going.
I feel like maybe he's gone at one item a little bit too late with the BKB on the Ember Spirit, meaning that he doesn't have that same level of kiting potential, especially going up against this this Bloodthorn as well.
Able to sidestep the area now with the Rift in. Yatoro, a double stun onto both supports as they were trying to answer up the high ground, but not to be. Lyle's going to be a little bit cautious. Out of mana, but
hey, he's got
Medic Mirror nearby. Don't worry, brother, I got you. And now gonna go down. Yatoro finds a triple. In the end, a 5-man wipe. Now they can look to go for the finishing blow. Barracks soon to be exposed. Mid lane is their objective.
I mean, Afterlife with the Storm Brewling, just delaying the inevitable right now. Level 25 as well on Collapse. Collapse on Yatoro. To pop it, went the extra God Strength damage as well at level 25. Might even consider going for the tier 4 push, but tier 2 tower top doesn't have that backup protection. Not that it would have been able to withstand a big sword coming through from the Sven either.
Let's go for Megas, maybe 35 seconds. I mean, don't know that Munkushi doesn't have a buyback. Maybe they do. They see bought out Ultimate on Cornucopia. He's just gonna jump in. Who cares about the potential buyback? They'll just go for Afterlife before the response is there. Pantomime now buries his own grave. Yatoro beyond godlike, and G's are dropped as well.
He completed the Aeon Disc after he died just because of how quickly they were able to chunk him down. It's one of those things where like you rely on yourself to be able to have those quick fingers in the middle of the fight, but when